Good screaming, everybody. Oh, what a day, man. What a day. I love you long time, Miss Machiavelli. How are you, darling? I see your comment over on TikTok. I've seen your comment over there. Hopefully the stream is going to run a little smoother today. You're doing good? Awesome. I'm not sure if everything looks good. It's so weird. It's hard to tell. It's Terror Talk Tuesday, so that means it's a horror discussion. We're going to talk about Talk to Me, Suburban Screams, and a few other cool little things that are going to be going on this month in the horror realm. Hello, Dead End. Thanks. Getting to the end of first stage, so no classes today. Yay! GG's. I'm just drinking a cup of, blood of my enemies with a splash of 7-Up. That's how I stay young so long. You know what I mean? How you doing, Celtic? So, yeah, it's delicious. It is delicious. Do I have my costume for this year, D4D? No, I don't know what the hell I'm going to be this year. I do plan on doing my Razuzu character. If you've never seen my Razuzu, I can show you. Actually. Your mother sucks cocks in hell. So possibly I will be doing a Razuzu this month. I have some plans. I might be, usually I have 2 costumes on Halloween, and I may have 2 costumes this year because I think Halloween lands on a weekday, so I have work as well. Work meetings suck, Celtic. I'm pissed, but that seems to be my life right now. That sucks, Celtic. But my usual go-tos are anything bloody. Yeah, I work on Tuesday, so I'm going to have 2 costumes. One will be work-related costume, which most likely will be like a vampire, zombie kind of shenanigans. And then, I'm not sure for the evening. We are taking the kids to a theme park. They are doing a Halloween. Oh, fuck yeah, that's going to be awesome, Miss Machiavelli. Awesome. Thank you for popping out that Discord link. But yes, join the Discord if you like. I'm happy tomorrow is my last for a good weekend and a half break. Nice, Dead End. Oh, fuck yeah, definitely. You just got the last pieces? Nice. I would love to see it. We have a whole section in my Discord for creations. A lot of creative Horde members, so you can post your stuff in there as well. I didn't realize how long this cosplay video is. It's gotten quite long in our cosplay career. I'm an amateur at my cosplay, but I like doing a lot of harder looks. Like Pazuzu looks like it's easy, but it really isn't easy because you have to keep the certain shape of a face, and so you have to make sure that the black makeup is outlined properly with the white makeup. It's easy, but it's not easy as just throwing on some fucking face paint. It took me time. I think that look took me close to 2 hours just to do my face and my neck. And I always like to keep the actual consistency, shape of the face. I have a more of an oval heart type face, where the Linda Blair, who was the face model for the black and white version of Pazuzu that was banned on TV, she has more of a rounder face. So to kind of, bring that all together without having such a longer face, it's just a lot of makeup, a lot of black here, black there, a little bit white there, to try to keep everything all good. Who here has seen Talk to Me? Has anybody here seen Talk to Me tonight? Well, not tonight, but at all. I'll mention it in the Discord when I get home. Yeah, no worries, Celtic, no worries. This Thursday, we'll start our double feature on Thursdays for horror movies. We'll be watching the Evil Dead franchise. This Thursday, we'll kick off at 4:30 p.m. Mountain Time. We'll kick off Evil Dead 1 and then Evil Dead 2. Then next Thursday after that, our double feature will be Army of Darkness, and then Fede Alvarez, Evil Dead 2013. And then after that, we're going to be doing Evil Dead Rise. So it is, this month we'll be doing Evil Dead, and then on Sundays we'll be having spooky movie time around 1 p.m. Mountain Time, which I think is like 3 p.m. Eastern. So if you're in the Discord and you don't have the movie roll, just ask for it and, you shall receive. Yeah. You perfect vampire. Yeah, thank you. Nothing. I always go vampire most of the years. Hi, Freddie. How are you? I always do vampire because I look good as a vampire. If I was to ever turn into a vampire, oh Jesus, monkey! You almost got me. You almost got me pretty good. It did get me though. It did get me. If I was to turn into a vampire, I think it would suit me.
Oh, hello, creeps.
How you doing, monkey? So there's a couple of things I want to talk about. Talk to Me is awesome, D4D. We also have a creation area for our artists and things, because we do have quite a few Horde members that are very creative, and they create some really cool shit, from like little tiny monster trucks to Halloween decorations that puke and move. Some really cool shit in there. I will definitely take a look at it, D4D. So has anybody here seen Talk to Me yet? They're making it. Yeah, I heard, Freddie. That's pretty cool. I would love to have something like that here. We don't have anything like that here. I'm surprised. Miss Machiavelli, have you checked out Talk to Me yet? It's an Australian made film. And I'm just trying to see exactly where. I don't see. Not yet. I just haven't had time. Yeah, I watched it Australia and the United Kingdom. So primarily filming locations are in Adelaide, South Australia, and Australia, according to the filming locations here. I will tell you, it's definitely worth your time. I enjoyed it. Its certificate was 14A. However, it's a bit more aggressive than 14A in my eyes. I found it was I find Australian horror really great, and I know in the 80s we had quite a few Australian horror, and they just never made it, mainstream to like North America. But there are several amazing Australian made horror films that I think people are sleeping on, just because, back then in the 80s, obviously in the 80s, we didn't have the internet, right? So you got what you got in the movie theaters, and then you received whatever you were able to watch from a mom and pop shop or Blockbuster Video, because that's how we got our movies, right? VHS, right home video. Dead Walk. It's Tuesday night in the crypt, and that means one thing. Terror Talk is live and screaming. Enjoy ReAnimateHer's hotter than hell takes on horror movies, news, and all things morbid. Warning, may contain spoilers. I love that, Dead Walk. Hi, Colin. History class was good. Awesome, Freddie. The Horde is very talented. Definitely. Hi, Albert. That's awesome. I love that, Dead Walk. I do. I love it. We are just discussing Australian made horror. Australian made horror. I don't know why I said Italian, but maybe because I was watching Argento last night. Possibly. Anyways, we're just talking about Australian-made films. We're going to dive into Talk to Me, but I wanted to talk about a couple of other Australian films that are out there that I think people might be sleeping on. You saw Saw X? Nice. I've heard great things about it, Albert. I also heard not so great things about it, but I don't really listen to reviews because again, reviews are everyone's opinion on a film, and opinions are like assholes. Everybody's got one. So I always take what other people say with a grain of salt, because not everybody likes horror movies. Not everybody likes horror movies, or they don't like certain Saw movies, or it just wasn't for them. And I get a lot of people. Wolf Creek is great, and JJ, Wolf Creek is also based loosely on a true story. Hello, where's Sean? How are you? He is a smart ass. He is a smart ass. But I want to tell you guys about three. Wolf Creek was mentioned, but everybody knows about Wolf Creek. If you know me, you know that these two movies that I'm going to talk about. And let me just make sure. Okay, we can get it. And if you want to see them and you haven't seen them, I will play them in my Discord, the movies that I'm going to discuss right now. That's on my list, Miss Machiavelli. You know me. I love that fucking movie. It's on my pedestal for like slashers. Me personally, I liked it. It's actually something I always wanted John Kramer to focus movie. Nice, Albert. Nice. Hello, Nanette. How are you? So the very first film, Miss Machiavelli already figured it out because she knows. So the first film that I want you guys to go and check out is 2014 Charlie's Farm. Charlie's Farm is a slasher film that will literally bring you back to the 80s, even though it was made in 2014. It stars Bill Moseley, Tara Reid, and Kane Hodder. Yeah, accidentally saw you were on and wanted to stop in, say hi. Hello, Secret. I hope you're doing well. So that film is a slasher film. It has some wicked friggin' kills, and I mean wicked friggin' kills. If you haven't seen Charlie's Farm, it used to be on Tubi.tv in Canada. You may be able to find it in the United States. If not, let me know. I own a copy of it. I can always put it in the Discord, and we can all watch it there. Have a good night, Secret. I'm doing good. How are you? I'm fabulous. It's Tuesday. I'm fabulous. Didn't get much sleep over the night. I'm running on about 3 hours or so of sleep. Yay. Hopefully I sleep well tonight and I just didn't kick in the insomnia bullshit. But 2014 Charlie's Farm. Check it out. I think you will really enjoy it, especially if you love slashers. Practical effects up the yin yang. Hi, Spooky James. How are you? Welcome, welcome. It has practical effects galore. It's all practical effects. There is, if there is CGI, you won't even notice it. Yeah, I don't want to give any more away than that. It's gory. It's got some great kills. It's got some ouch kills in it, just to put it to you that way. And then another one that I want to talk to you guys about. It reminds me of Dead by Daylight, and it's called The Furies. The Furies is another Australian-made horror film. I Want to Live in Your Office. Well, thank you, Spooky. This is just a portion of my little office. My murder basement is what I call it. It's my murder basement. Would you like to take a full tour of my murder basement, Spooky? Hopefully the only handcuffs used tonight are the ones in your bedroom. Yeah, The Furies is another really good Australian-made film. Let's go and do it. Let's get my Droid Cam up here, because I use Droid Cam. If you guys are unfamiliar with Droid Cam, it's a OBS plugin. Oh, there we go. So there's my morgue. You know, my animals sleep on that my blanket and my couch. So that's another portion of my collection there. It's really hard to see. I've got a lot of shit. My blood bags and brains. That's my snacks. You know, you gotta have snacks. Definitely have to have snacks. Then my stuffs. Oh wait, hold up. There's the Fusa. She's come to say hi to everybody. And then we go like this. We go like this. And then I've got my Freddy glove and some bones and things over there. Don't mind the dead body over there. It's just chilling. That is a life-size Leatherface. He's an animatronic. I got him from Spirit of Halloween. Had to have him because I'm a huge Leatherface fan. And that is about it. Oh, hi, Foo. So I do come to you live from the murder basement. Yeah. Thank you very much, Spooky. You love my room. Thank you very much, Nanette. I appreciate it. I have Charlie's Farm on DVD. I just haven't watched it yet. Oh my God. Oh my Lord. Definitely watch it. I'd love to hear what you think about it. It's one of my favorite slashers. Like, it is up there for slashers. It's one of my favorite slashers. Yeah, we're talking about Australian made movies this evening because I'm going to get into Talk to Me here very soon. One of the other films that I want to talk about is The Furies. The Furies is another Australian made film. It came out strictly on Shudder. Another great slasher with some awesome kills in it. You know, some people didn't care for the movie, but I friggin' loved it. I thought it was great. I've watched it numerous times, and it's very DVD-esque in the way it's set up. Speaking of DVD, the Halloween event starts. Yeah, the Halloween event starts. Maybe I'll come back to DVD. I haven't touched DVD at all. I've been highly addicted to Texas Chainsaw Massacre. I've been collecting ears on TCM because I am a family main. Definitely, Nanette, I would love to hear it. I don't want to spoil The Furies either for anybody, but it's definitely good. Check it out. Practical effects are great. The story is decent. It's got good kills. And if you've seen the game Dead by Daylight and you watch The Furies, you'll kind of see how they mesh together. Talk to Me Now is another Australian made film. And I'm not going to do any spoilers. I am going to tell you, I will do a review of spoilers in a little bit, in a couple of weeks, once I have an idea that people have seen it. K-Stoner31, welcome to the crypt. Thank you for the follow. I do have to say, Eyes on Bree and the Foodie Waifu, welcome to the crypt. Thank you guys for the offline follows today. So yes, Talk to Me is when a group of friends discover how to conjure spirits using an embalmed hand. They become hooked on a new thrill until one of them goes too far and opens up the door to the spirit world, forcing them to choose who to trust, the dead or the living. I thought this was a good film. I liked the story. You know, I heard people say that the opening was kind of boring. I didn't find the opening boring at all. If you know the kind of movies that I like, I love shocking and disturbing films. I'll give you a little bit of insight for those of you who don't really know me well. I love shocking and disturbing films. So Grotesque, Martyrs is another good one. Raw. I know I get this one fucked up all the time. A Serbia film. And so I like those shocking and disturbing, intense, aggressive movies. So when I see something like Talk to Me, it comes out the gate as pretty aggressive. So I'm not really sure why some people have thought it was a little slow or a little boring. I don't think so at all. And you get to see some Australian culture. It's really cool to listen to the characters in this film talk, because it's not your basic English film. I mean, it's English, obviously. They speak English in Australia, but their lingo and their dialect and the way they use certain words, like they would, instead of calling somebody a baby, they call them a fetus. Like, you do, and I love it. I am all for it, Miss Machiavelli. I did K-Stoner. I watched it opening night with my spawn. We'll be watching it in my Discord in a couple of Thursdays. We actually are starting the Evil Dead franchise doubleheader this Thursday in my Discord. You guys do speak differently, and I want to touch base on the lingo. Like, it was really different to see and kind of refreshing to see. I watch a lot of international horror, and a lot of the times, obviously, it's not in English. It's either going to be dubbed somewhat okie dokies, or I use subtitles. Zach, Thank you for sacrificing Miss Machiavelli. Mwah. Thank you, thank you. You up. Also, for those getting called a champion from an Aussie is an insult. Yes, there's a lot. Hi, Jamie. How are you, darling? Zach, how are you this evening? So, yeah, there's a lot of fun things in Talk to Me. Again, this is a spoiler-free discussion. I loved seeing the culture difference. Yes, they speak English, but their terms for different things are just hilarious. If you do exclamation point Discord in the chat there, K-Stoner, it'll pop up the link for you. So I liked the lingo. The actors were good. I was able to enjoy the characters and the actors playing those characters. I didn't feel out of place. And I know the movie takes place with young people, high school, around that age. Normally, when I watch horror movies based around high school, I can't relate because I've been out of high school for almost 30 years. So gross. But like, I don't watch teenage Sabrina witch bullshit and all that crap. It's too young. I can't get into it. And I was worried about that being a high school horror movie because it's exactly what it is. It's a high school horror movie. How you doing? Good. Awesome. Sebastian, no apologies needed. You're here when you're here, my friend. So hi, Cannibal. So yeah, it's refreshing. I like the characters. I love the fact that it touches on numerous topics without pushing it down your throat. We always know that horror has been political, and then there are straight up political horror movies that just right in your face political, and then there are parts of horror movies that are subtle. They're political. I think every horror movie really is. However, it's not in your face political, and I like it when stories in some horror movies have actual meanings. And in Talk to Me, they had several different meanings that when I watched it the first time, it hit me a few different ways because I could actually relate to some of the things that this movie was touching base on. Yeah, especially in your senior years. Yeah. What movie are you talking about? What? No, not The Shark of Corn. We're talking about Talk to Me. We started talking about Charlie's Farm and then The Furies because I'm discussing Australian made films. What? The characters weren't insufferable? No, actually, Deadwalk, that was a really cool thing. I didn't find them insufferable. Maybe because it wasn't American made? I don't know. They didn't have the viewer try to relate to the character, if that makes any sense. Like in Texas Chainsaw Massacre 2022, they tried to make the survivors relatable to the people in America. And I didn't find that in this one. I didn't find that they were trying to make these characters relatable. I love Leatherface in her. I do. I love Texas Chainsaw Massacre 2022. I friggin' loved it. There are some gripes I've had with it, like you let everybody live. Everybody should have died. I don't need characters to be relatable. But that's a whole other day. That's a whole other fucking talk show. Right? His creep show 3 love and ass. But yeah, so not only does it touch on mental health, it touches on addiction, it touches on suicide, you know, it touches on numerous topics without shoving it down your throat. It almost was like Smile. You know how Smile touched base heavily on mental health, but you really didn't take the focus off of the movie, where in other movies they take the focus off. So It Follows and Smiles are another types of films that actually have meanings and messages within them, but without making it's very subtle. It's not shoving it down your throat or in your face, making it about those topics. And that's what I really liked about Talk to Me, is that I was able to my first viewing, it got me. Like, it didn't like, oh my God, I'm scared kind of shit. It wasn't. It was more creepy and eerie. But I loved how subtle they touched on these topics, because we all know about addiction. We all know about, unaliving yourself. We all know about mental health, and it plays in a huge role of all of that, but very subtle. Have you seen it, Cannibal? Did you see Talk to Me? You didn't care for Smile? Oh, I loved Smile, to be honest with you, Sinner. Not everybody did like it, but I really enjoyed it, and I can tell you why. I mean, on my YouTube channel, if you check my YouTube channel, I have my review and discussion on Smile and what I enjoyed about it. You remember being 8 years old and saw Dawn of the Dead? Nice. Yeah, and there are big issues here in Australia. Yeah, they are. They're big issues here as well, Miss Machiavelli. Yeah, I thought it was great. I thought it was a good film, Cannibal. I thought Talk to Me was great. I enjoyed it. I watched it 2 more times after that, because if I enjoy a movie the first time, I will watch it 2 more times to kind of see what I may have missed in the first viewing. Because when you're first watching a movie, there's a ton of things that you do miss. So I enjoyed it enough to watch it a second time, and I enjoyed it enough to watch it a third time. So I did watch it, and I did pick out quite a few things that I missed the first time around. Hello, Anu. How are you? All characters in TCM 2022 deserve to die. Yeah, they did. They did. They all did. I remember seeing Wes Craven's New Nightmare as a kid. Nice. I know a lot of people didn't get into Smile. I really liked Smile. I like those kind of films, though. It's on the same level as It Follows, not Talk to Me. Well, more back to Smile is more on the It Follows sort of realm. I mean, there's movies that I love and others I can't stand. I think we all have movies that aren't for us. Anu, I really enjoyed Smile. I still need to see Talk to Me. Awesome. Well, where's Sean? I will definitely tell you, Talk to Me is worthy of your time. It's not a long horror movie. I think it was like 1:30. We're going to watch the trailer here in a few moments. It's not a film that I found boring, or, you know, I couldn't watch it again for myself. And again, reviews and opinions are like assholes. Everybody's got one, and I got my own. So I think it's definitely worth a watch. I liked It Follows, JJ. I feel like Australian films. Yep, Wolf Creek. Yeah, do you know Wolf Creek is loosely based off of true story? Who doesn't know Wolf Creek? We were just discussing some of the lesser known Australian films, because Wolf Creek got a mainstream opening in North America, where a few of the other films we discussed earlier did not get that kind of reception. I like psychological films that make my brain tick, and I love paranormal. Right on, Miss Machiavelli. I really like shocking and disturbing films and gory films. I love mindless horror. However, I do enjoy those psychological films. I do enjoy, like, the movie Pet, P-E-T. I do enjoy It Follows types of films. Like the one that's controversial topic is Winnie the Pooh. I thought it was fucking awesome. I know people are like, well, that's a shit movie. Blah, blah, blah. I don't really care if you think it's a shit movie. I thought it was a great movie. It was a awesome slasher with a lot of practical effects. Okay, yes, it had its issues. I'm not saying it was a perfect horror movie, and I'm not saying it was a AAA movie. What I'm saying is it was definitely worth the watch, and it's a great introduction to low-budget horror. Oh, no. When I say, where is Sean? When I say gory, I mean more gorier than Hostel and Saw, honey. Like, intensify the gore about 20 times more than Saw and Hostel. Hi, Gen X. How are you? My favorite Aussie indie film isn't horror. That's okay, Gen X. I think they could have done Pooh better. They could have done better with some of the things, but on a smaller budget, on a low budget, you don't have a lot of money. And Winnie the Pooh, Blood and Honey is a low budget film. It also brings people into the low budget genre, because there is a whole there's a whole thing of low budget. I mean, like, take a look at any of Frank Henenlotter films, right? And if you don't know who Frank Henenlotter is, oh my God, he is an amazing director from the 80s. Please go and check out Basket Case and Frankenhooker, Brain Damage. They're some of my favorite ones. Romper Stomper was amazing. That was the movie, hey? The indie horror film. Do you think Scream Saga has aged well? Have you seen Cannibal Corpse? I know who they are. Yes, I do. I thought you were going to say, have you seen Cannibal Holocaust? I'm like, yeah, I fucking love that movie. Young Russell Crowe? I don't think I've seen that. Romper Stomper, Gen X. I think Scream is a letdown I like the visuals. Please don't get me wrong. I thought Scream was decent. I enjoyed the visuals of the newer films. However, I'm disappointed that everybody has survived. I think it's quite bullshit that one kid who was stabbed like 30 fucking times gets up and walks away. Like, what? Guarantee you, if I made you a pincushion in real life, your ass ain't getting up from that. Oh, whatever. The B movie horror genre goes on and on. Oh, hell yeah, where is Sean? It's one of my favorites. I love B grade films. And Winnie the Pooh, Blood and Honey really brings that aspect to a low budget horror. And low budget horror is a subgenre in itself. And I think Blood and Honey is a really good introductory to low budget horror for the younger generation. Because if you take them back to like a Frankenhooker Day or a Basket Case or one of those movies from the 80s, it doesn't hit the same. Whereas Winnie the Pooh, Blood and Honey actually hit a little differently. It was actually for this time. You know what I mean? It had more lingo wrapped around in this era than it did for the 80s. I'm not sure, JJ. Any news on Cannibal Holocaust video game? No, I haven't heard anything on that center, but mind you, I haven't really been paying attention to that. I feel like Tubi is a great place for all of those. They have Basket Case movies, Frankenhooker. I highly suggest them both. I love Frank Henenlotter films. See, Tubi here in Canada is quite different than Tubi in the States. You guys in the States are lucky SOBs, where us in Canada, we're not so fucking lucky. Ra grew up on over-the-top slasher movies and documentaries. Well, one of the rites of passage when I was a kid was watching Faces of Death. That was like a rite of passage back in the day, and I love gore movies. So when I say I love gore movies, where Sean, I'm going to give you an idea. You may have not seen these because these are most films people find offensive or gross and they don't watch them. So one of them is called Grotesque. It is a Asian horror movie. It's really over the top, like holy fuck. Cannibal Holocaust, Cannibal Ferox, Serbian film. Fuck, I always get Serbia and Serbian messed up. Don't ask me why. I always get it messed up, but I like that movie. Salo. God, I had the list. Guinea Pig films, Augustus, Underground, yeah, Necromantic. Like, those are the films that I really love watching. You've been a horror since you were 3 years old? I have seen City of the Living Dead, yeah. I haven't seen Smile or It Follows. So, Nanette, I'm going to suggest both of those movies for you. They're great. They're not gory. They're not gory. I think they're really good. They're more of a paranormal, supernatural realm, demonic realm in that area. So they're not a slasher, but I think you would enjoy them. Men Behind the Sun. I fucking love Necromantic. I love that German film. Hey, Eccentric, how are you? Did you get to try the demo yet? Speaking of Tubi's, Charlie's Farm is on Tubi. Yes, Nanette. It's not the one that I'm in. I am in Grotesque. No, Jamie, no. Let me tell you the year. I can't remember the year Grotesque came out, but I'm going to tell you that it is not for the faint. 2009. It is a Japanese exploitation horror film. I like exploitation films, but it's 2009 Grotesque. It is a Japanese horror film. Koji Shiriashi, which I know I just butchered the shit out of his name. I've got big balls. Oh, Zach, thank you for sacrificing and giving a membership out. Deadwalk, welcome to the membership. The biggest balls of them all. That we do. Hey, babes. Have I seen The Sadness? Yes, I fucking love The Sadness. I've seen it like 10 times. But no, Jamie Hill. By the way, guys, if you don't know who Jamie Hill is, she was the mom in the amazing Holy Shitballs Take the sensation of indie films, Skinamarink. That is what she was in.
It's been years since I've seen any balls.
Definitely the best way to grow up.
Balls now?
Yeah. Whip them out.
We'll whip them out.
Wow. You have some beautiful balls.
So for those of you that are super young and you don't know Sweaty Balls, that is an SNL skit from back in the day about sweaty balls. SCHWEDDY. It's awesome. Go and Google it. Go to YouTube and check it out. Type in Sweaty Balls SNL, and it's fucking hilarious. No worries, K-Stoner. No worries. I was a Rocky Horror Cast with Dave. Yeah, yes, nice. Nice. I like Brightburn. The Sadness was a really good movie. I enjoyed that. Wait, there was Cannibal Holocaust. Yeah, the only one I've heard is, so Cannibal Holocaust is pretty aggressive. And the biggest thing most people complain about are the animal killings, because unfortunately, there are animal killings. They are real animal killings. However, I know this doesn't make anybody feel better, but the meat of the animals were not wasted. They actually fed the tribe that was there and the cast and crew. So, you know, I'm not saying it makes it any better. I'm just saying. Yeah, I love House of a Thousand Corpse. I love that trilogy, Sebastian. There isn't mainstream horror. There really isn't much I haven't seen. So I know it's not the same one. I have seen its IMDb. Yeah, your grotesque is a Canadian horror. Yeah, this is definitely not your kind of grotesque. When I first heard an AC/DC song, I couldn't help but belly laugh. Nice. Hello, Ake OG. How are you? Shadow Serpent. We are being raided by the beautiful, mysterious queen of macabre herself and all things dark, Shadow Serpent. Welcome, darling. Welcome. Did I see this scary movie series? K-Stoner, yes, I do love the scary movie series. Gen X, your mom hated it. When I was younger, I had a t-shirt from Cannibal Holocaust with the impaled woman on it. Yeah, that was like a banned friggin' image for so long as well. How was your stream? Hi, Super Stormy. Wait, who the fuck laughed at Akadaka? Unless they killed kittens and puppies, I don't care. The first two scary movies are great. Yeah, I will agree with you. The first two scary movies are awesome. However, it kind of got stale, or I don't know what you want to call it, but it wasn't great. It wasn't great after. It wasn't great at all. I had to raid for a Terror Talk. I am not missing this one. Well, welcome. Thank you so much, Shadow Serpent, for Terror Talk. Shadow borrowed some of her masks on your bad days. Definitely. More than welcome to. Is that a top? Is that top one from Goonies? This top? My shirt? No, it's a horror queen. It just queen of horror. Hello, She Kratos. Hello, Shadow. How are you, Shadow of Darkness? Wheezes with my backsies. No. Ice and heat. Ice and heat. Welcome, guys. Welcome. When they went PG-13 and lost the Wayans bros, yeah, see, the Wayans brothers are awesome. I love the Wayans brothers. The scary movies fell off pretty hard. Definitely. I swear it's not a cult. I love Maria Brink as well. She's pretty awesome from In This Moment. You love Anna Faris? Yeah, I love her too. She's a great actress. So the girl who starred in House of a Thousand Corpse, Sherry Moon, could have played a great Harley Quinn. She could have. Sherry Moon Zombie she's decent. She's a decent actress, especially when she plays the role of a psychotic killer female. All right. Other than that, she's kind of a one. And I'm not saying this in a bad way. She's like a one, I don't know what the word I'm looking for. Directional. I don't know. She can only act in one type of genre. She can't do any more than psychotic crazy, right? She can't actually, I didn't really care for her role play as Lily Munster. I like the Munsters movie, but I really couldn't get into her portraying Lily Munster because she doesn't have that, it's going to sound horrible, she doesn't have that class to her. She doesn't have that thing. She's not a diverse actress. There we go. She's not a diverse actress. Like, so for example, when I mean diverse, I mean someone like Nicolas Cage. He can do an array of films. There's like so many actors that can do that. Kurt Russell, he can do an array of films. He can do comedy. He can do horror, sci-fi, action. There's not many actors out there that are diverse. And Sherry Moon's a good actress. However, she's only good for one kind of role. You know what I mean? Yeah. I think she would do a great Sissy. Oh, welcome the Blood Rose Horror Nightmare. Welcome to the Leviathan. I love that. I love the Leviathan. She could. I agree with you, Shadow Serpent. She definitely could. She is good, but every movie she gets is a bit over top. Well, her husband casts her in it, right? Nobody else is going to cast her in a movie that her husband isn't directing or producing. You know what I mean? But I'm not saying she's a horrible actress, because she is a good actress, but she's only fit for one kind of role. And I love Rob Zombie films. I loved her in Salem. I thought Salem was a good movie. That was like Rob Zombie's Halloween 3. She would have made a better Marilyn. Deadwalk, yes, she would have. I think Lords of Salem was her best acting, and I would have to agree with you as well, Cannibal. I really enjoyed Lords of Salem. I thought it was well done. I didn't find it lazy either, unlike 31. Ed Norton can do just about everything except get along with fellow castmates. Right? My internet has been so bad. Oh, that sucks, Zach. Just so you know, it's oh, well, thank you so very much. I greatly appreciate it. We're gonna go and get you on the our coffin right here. So we have a coffin that we write people's names on. Yeah, she's typecast. Yeah, she would have been a great Marilyn. Typecast actor, is that I'm assuming that's the right thing. She's just a one-dimensional character. She's only good for one kind of role in films. And I don't want that to sound like it's a horrible put down for her, because it's not, because she can play crazy like nobody's business. Like Jack Nicholson, another diverse actor who can do everything. He can do romantic comedies. He can do horror, as we can tell. He can do action. Robert De Niro, not as much as a diverse actor. I mean, he did play the devil in Angel Heart, which is an older movie back in the day from like the 80s, if you haven't seen Angel Heart. But he's played a lot of comedy, romantic comedy, and so forth. Typecasting is when an actor is pigeonholed. Thank you for that, typecasting. Let's see. Let's get the Blood Rose Horror Nightmare. And I want to tell you guys, if you are a member on my YouTube channel, so I have memberships on YouTube. If you guys are on my YouTube members, we are going to be having a members only Friday the 13th stream on YouTube. It'll just be on YouTube only, and it's for just members over there. There's a few of you that are in the chat that I figured I'd let you guys know. Anger Management was a good movie. Yeah, typecasting. I'm typecast at the moment. Are you only playing moms, Jamie? Yeah, I don't think Jim Carrey would ever be able to play a role like the Joker. He is more of the Riddler. You know what I mean? He's goofy. He's funny. He's not sadistic in any way, shape, or form. I mean, he has played in a horror film or two. He does. Like, he started out in horror comedy. Once Bitten, and there was another one. I just can't think of it at the moment. And now I'm totally off topic, because we were just talking about Talk to Me. And we went off on this whole tangent on everything other than Talk to Me. He did Numbers and Room, was it 1403? 1403, if my memory serves me correct. Yeah, he has done a couple of horror movies, more of a horror-esque. He started out in a lot of horror comedy back in the day. He did it, Numbers. He did a great job in Numbers. Number 23, that's it. Number 23. Mischief Maker, how are you? The Horde is used to me rolling off topic. I mean, how many times do I do coffee chat of horrors and I start out great and I start out strong, and the next thing you know, someone mentions something and I'm just like, oh, shiny things. And then we talk about that for 30 fucking minutes and I realize, God damn it, rail it in, bitch. You're a fan of Carrie's Riddler? Nice. Back on topic. I want you to come on over, Deadwalk. Come on over. Hi, Zombie Box Reviews. Hello, I just found this. Awesome. Well, welcome. Every Tuesday night is Terra Talk Tuesday, where we just chat horror. Sometimes we do movie reviews, reactions, but we just chat horror. I'm a huge horror fan. I love horror, and tonight's topics are an array. However, Australian-made horror films, as well as Talk to Me, which we're going to go and watch that trailer right now for Talk to Me. I'm going to highly suggest you guys check out Talk to Me. And then we're going to talk about John Carpenter's new TV series that's hitting October 13th, which I know so many people have no idea about. 1408 was a different movie. John Cusack. Okay, thank you, Gen X. I was thinking of number 23. That's what I was thinking of. And Blood Rose Horror was the one who said number 23, and that's what I was thinking of. Taking a quick break, and then I got to head back to the heating room. Right? Talk dirty to me, rah. I know you have issues with S.A. Revenge, but I highly recommend the Australian film The Nightingale. It's so smart, from the director of The Babadook. All right, let me write that down. Nightingale. I will watch that. I don't watch those types of films, over and over. I'll watch them once or twice, and that'll be my extent, because those films are just way too real. Definitely. Okay, so The Nightingale. I don't know what happened to my goddamn notebook. I had a notebook here that I like to write in. It's missing. I'm good, Sinister Darling. How are you? Cusack is another great friggin' actor. I remember getting kind of obsessed with number 23 movies, so I saw it because Jim Carrey was the protagonist. Yeah, Jim Carrey is a good actor. It's just too bad he went into the shadows now. So no OG Straw Dogs watchathons. Got it. Okay, Monkey, but be prepared to tell Harden the fuck up with the complaints. Okay, so talk to me, guys. If you haven't seen it, we're going to check out the trailer. We just recently spoke about it. No spoilers. I spoke about what I liked about the film. There really wasn't much I didn't like about the film. Nothing that I can say that won't spoil anything, and I don't want to spoil it because I know it just came out on 4K, so it should be going on streaming services here really, really soon. Was it 1408? Yeah, I knew it was one of them. Clear's Throat, Talk to Me trailer. All right, let's get to this Talk to Me trailer. Damn it.
Have you seen the group chat? You're doing it again tonight. No. Please. It's my mom's Remembrance Day. I just want to forget about it. Who's up? I'll do it.
Cannot go for more than 90 seconds. Am I clear?
What happens after 90 seconds?
Don't want to stay. Light the candle to open the door. Blow it out to close it. Put your hand on it. Now say, talk to me.
Talk to me.
What did the hand feel like?
It felt amazing. I could see and feel everything on the other side. So my mom, she was trying to reach out. I'm here. Still been seeing stuff.
You mean saying stuff?
What if we opened the door but we didn't shut it? Oh my god, they followed us. cry like you.
They're not gonna stop. They're never gonna stop.
They like you. Talk to me.
Yeah, that is Talk to Me. I'll hold you, baby. I'll hold you. That is Talk to Me. And there is some foreshadowing. There is some foreshadowing in the film, so you may catch that, you may not. As well as I will do a quick little spoiler: no animals are harmed. Okay, so for those, just to put it out there, because I know when we see animals in horror movies, that fucking trope constantly comes back. It's one of my most hated tropes ever, besides the final person. I hate when animals in films are hurt, especially dogs and cats, any animal for that matter, but dogs and cats. You know, have a good one, Mischief Maker. And yes, 1 Hour Photo is a great dark film by Robin Williams. Definitely. Have you seen the movie? That sounds familiar, Blood. That does sound familiar. Is it is it like a Mexican made film? It's I'm gonna tell you, Talk to Me is definitely worth the watch, guys. Definitely worth the watch. I think the majority of you who go and see it will actually enjoy the film itself. And like I said, it touches on topics without pushing them in your face. It touches on topics like mental health, addiction, and unaliving yourself. And yes, I have to say it a certain way because platforms get all upset if you say certain words. The preview does look good. And me and my spawn, we've seen the preview for Talk to Me when we watched the Evil Dead Rise movie on opening night. So we went to Evil Dead Rise opening night, and the spawn and I seen it, and we're just like, oh my god. She still hasn't seen it because that biatch moved away. She moved out of my house. My spawn, my youngest spawn, is turning 20 soon, and she moved out back to BC. She moved to BC. Oh my god, Cannibal. Yeah, okay, I didn't want to give too much, but yeah, in Talk to Me, unfortunately there's some stuffs, but the pupperino is okie dokies. Okay, Zombie Nation, how are you? I need to watch it still. I've been avoiding all the spoilers. I haven't given any spoilers. She Kratos, I don't like doing that, especially for a film that's not even out on VOD streaming services yet. I will do a full-on discussion and review in a couple of weeks on my YouTube channel. It'll be a recorded one. It won't be live. I will be doing that later on in a couple of weeks because it'll be out on streaming services. But if you're coming over, you know, She Kratos, for Thanksgiving supper, I have it. You're more than welcome to watch it. Evil Dead Rise Zombie Box was great. I enjoyed Evil Dead Rise. I love the fact that you didn't have to see the other films to understand what was happening. I really love that they showcased the other book, because we do know there was more than one book in the Evil Dead franchise, so I'm really happy about that. Yeah, it's okay. Then I seen it. I know which one you're talking about. It's basically about these two guys, and then there was a car accident, and the police find the videotape. I think it might be the same one. I think it might be the same one we're talking about. Any excuse to watch a horror movie. That's right up my alley. Do you? I do. So unfortunately, watching copyright films where shown on any platform, Twitch, YouTube, TikTok, Twitter, will get you a copyright. However, we have the Crypt over in Discord where we do hang out. We do watch movies. I watch movies every Thursday in the Discord. And in October, it's a double feature Thursdays. So this Thursday, we are watching the double feature of Evil Dead and Evil Dead 2. And then the Thursday after that will be Army of Darkness and Fede Alvarez 2013 Evil Dead. And then Evil Dead Rise. So we do watch them in the Discord. And then Sundays at about 1 p.m. Mountain Time every Sunday, we watch more horror movies. So your thoughts on Ash vs. Evil Dead TV series? I fucking loved it. My favorite season is season 2. And my favorite scene from Evil Dead TV show is the morgue. When they're looking for the book. If you have seen Ash vs. Evil Dead season 2 and you know what I am talking about, Yep, you'll know what I mean. We should watch mine. Jamie, definitely. I'm always down. Yeah, we saw those other books in Army of Darkness. That we did, Zombie. We've seen a lot of things in Army of Darkness, which I friggin' love. It's one of my favorites. I don't know if you saw the Lighthouse movie, but I did see Lighthouse. I did not finish it. It's more of a slow burn, and I'm really not into slow burns, but I do watch slow burns. I just got to be in the right frame of mind to watch it. And I wasn't that night when I decided to watch The Lighthouse. I know it wasn't a horror, but did you watch Stranger Things? Stranger Things is more of a sci-fi kind of horror from the 80s TV series, which was filmed in the 2020s. I stopped watching it, though, after a while. And Gamer Cannibal Corpse, hell yeah, we wanted season 4, we wanted a season 5. I needed more Ash vs. Evil Dead. They teased us by giving us 3 seasons and ripping it out from underneath us, like, yeah, bitch, no more for you. I feel like most of the A24 movies are slow burn. Some. See, I didn't find Talk to Me much of a slow burn because of how fast it came out of the gates. Like, I don't really want to say what came out of the gates, but the first few minutes of the film is, you know, you're getting into the story, and then wham, bam, thank you, ma'am, happens, and you're just like, oh shit, this is going to be good. When I say slow burns, yeah, see, I find The Lighthouse was a slow burn, and I really have to be in a certain frame of mind for a slow burn film. I hope Sam makes another Evil Dead movie so Bruce can come back. He ain't gonna come back, unfortunately, Zombie. As much as I would love Bruce Campbell, because I'm a huge Bruce Campbell fan, as much as I would love him to come back as Ash, he's retired Ash. He'll do cameos and he'll do the voiceover in the anime. We're getting a cartoon version of Ash vs. Evil Dead. I don't know where it's at right now, but he'll do voiceovers and shit like that. But it would be nice to see him come back, but I don't think he will. Unfortunately, the older I get, the more I get emotional when I see a movie. You wouldn't want to know how many movies I saw in the pandemic. There's a lot of movies I watched in the pandemic. Yeah, it's animated, She Kratos. Definitely 28 weeks later. I like 28 weeks later and 28 days later. That's how Aussie like it. Wham, bam, right? Like I said, Talk to Me. I enjoyed the film. It wasn't a perfect movie by any means, but really tell me how many horror movies are perfect. There's only very, very few that are perfect, and that's The Thing. Okay, The Thing, The Shining, as masterpieces. Not many films are perfect, though. There's not many of them that are perfect, but I think Talk to Me is a decent film. I think you should go and see it. Visuals are great. The acting is good. I really enjoyed the character Haley. I'm just going to put that there. Yeah, I think he said he's done for sure. Yeah, unfortunately, he did an interview not that long ago, and they asked him about, you know, reprising his role, doing a cameo or doing something, and he says, no, he's done. He's done. He will do voiceovers, and he'll do the voice for the video games, but he's done as Ash Williams in the movies, which is so bad. I really enjoyed it. Now, I know, Miss Machiavelli, you're a Stephen King fan, so I definitely know that those of you that are Stephen King fans and have read the book shit upon The Shining by Stanley Kubrick. I know this. I understand. And I get it. I didn't read The Shining, nor am I a huge Stephen King fan, to be honest with you. I've seen Ghost Ship. Yeah, I think he said he's done. Yes, definitely where Sean. It just sucks. One final outing would be nice, Zombie. I think that Stranger Things has a lot of tie into Stephen King books. I find Stranger Things does tie in to like Castle Rock kind of feel of how Stephen King does do his TV series, how he does do his movies, you know? I can definitely see that mix in there. You'll be 27 within the next days, and I feel like Robin Williams in Hook and Adult Peter Pan. It definitely sucks, Zombie. Just chilling, playing Phasmo. Nice. It's a decent film, but TV series for me was better. I don't think I've seen the TV series. No, what movie? I just remembered Street Trash. Oh my God, I was just watching a thing on Street Trash, not the other night. Gen X. I'm like, that's such a good film. I mean, it's good in my eyes. Halloween Ends is perfect, but Cannibal. I need a second new Pet Cemetery. Yeah, I like Clive Barker's books better. Ra, did you ever read or watch The Strain? I have watched The Strain. I have not read about it. I like the TV series Strain. I did. Man, imagine if we got an Ash versus Marvel Zombies movie. They did try to do like Ash Williams versus Freddy versus Jason Voorhees, but that's in a comic book. I didn't like The Shining but not because of being a fan of the Stephen King books. Blood Rose, why didn't you like it? Hello, Alpha. How are you? Good evening. Pet Cemetery. I enjoyed Pet Cemetery, the original. The sequel was okay. The remake or reboot, however you want to call it, was decent. I don't like the fact that they didn't have the main accent. I didn't like a few things of the remake reboot. However, I do like the fact that the graveyard, the pet graveyard, was actually from the book. Oh, Dahi. Yes, we all missed Ash vs. Evil Dead. Thank you so very much for your 44-month resub. Deadwalk, do you want me to stay on topic? Deadwalk. And was Jason a deadite in that comic, Raw? Jason is not a deadite. Midnight Meat Train is awesome. I like Midnight Meat Train. I really do. What's his name? What's his name? The pretty guy. He played Face in the A-Team. Bradley Cooper. Bradley Cooper. I love Misery. Misery is a good movie. Good book, I guess. I'm not a reader. I'm not a reader. Dahi, how are you doing? How's Klepto? I watched a new Hellraiser movie. It's quite good, and I hope we get a sequel soon. It would be nice to get a sequel, and I think Jamie Clayton did a really good job as Hell Priest. I think she did an awesome job as Hell Priest, and I really enjoyed Hellraiser. I liked the looks of the new outfits with Hellraiser. They were all skin, like carved skin, compared to the original BDSM look that they had, right? He is not monkey. You don't make me slap those words out of your mouth. With a vagina. I figured if Klepto can rewatch Golden Girls, I can rewatch Ash vs. Evil Dead. Hell yes, you can, Dahi. Bill Murray is good. I love Bill Murray. I like the BDSM look that was in the original Hellraiser and through the franchise. I did not hate the new Hellraiser etched in the skin look. I thought that was pretty cool. You know, they're Cenobites. Their pleasure is pain, right? And it kind of goes really well with their whole thought process of these interdimensional demons, where their bodies, their skin and muscle was basically carved out of them. I mean, it looked really cool. I know not everybody liked it. I thought it was a cool concept, especially not being a remake or a reboot. It's set in the same universe of, right? Sorry, I meant to say I don't like Shelley Duvall. Oh, you don't like Shelley Duvall. I got you. She did, Zombie. She did a wonderful job. But Doug Bradley, yeah, when you grow up in the 80s and you watch Hellraiser, and then you read the novella, Doug Bradley just made Hell Priest. He made Hell Priest. However, Jamie Clayton did a pretty good job. Praise Lilith. Yes, Senpai. Do you play Diablo? I don't understand the new Hellraiser hate. I don't understand it either, Cannibal. And I don't really know many people who hated it, though. In my circle of people that I have spoken to, not really anybody hated it. Hello, Joshua. Happy Taco Tuesday to you. How are you doing? I love Death Becomes Her. Love Death Becomes Her. The female TV series of Hellraiser. There was supposed to be a TV series backed by Clive Barker. It was supposed to be executive producer, and he was supposed to help out, not be director, but it didn't come to fruition. And it was supposed to be on HBO Max, but it never came to fruition, and we haven't heard any news upon it since. Death Becomes Her is one of Klepto's faves too. It's a great fucking movie. Great. Death Becomes Her is awesome. And for those of you out here that are young, definitely check out Death Becomes Her. My friend was mad because he said Pinhead is male character, and I informed him that exactly. So zombie, a lot of people believe the Hell Priest, because Pinhead is Hell Priest is their name. The Hell Priest had no gender. There was neither male or female. However, in the movie, obviously a man plays him by the name of Doug Bradley. And everything about Hellraiser and the original Hellraiser does kind of give off male energy. It does. It gives off quite a bit of male energy, not just his voice, but his demeanor, his body structure. Yeah, you didn't see any, anatomy, which you don't. And they're demons. They're interdimensional demons. So they really don't have a male or female. They don't look at themselves as male or female. They don't even see themselves as human. They see themselves as, gods of the underground. They give you pain or pleasure. And in the original novellas, they had none. There was one that had somewhat of a feminine voice. Yes. And it goes on and on and on. But the whole fact to get upset that Jamie Clayton played Hell Priest is bullshit. Yeah, Death Becomes Her is one of my favorites. I watched that quite a bit. Nancy becomes Hell Priest in the comics. Yes, she does, Gen X. I would have liked to see that, continuation in the films, but they went crazy. They went crazy after 4. I think the wheels fell off at 4 and kept falling off after that. Not going to say the kills weren't bad. The kills were pretty good in a lot of them. What's the movie called with all these bodies combined together and they're all naked? Society, K-Stoner? Is it an older film from the 80s? Because Society is fucked up. The new Hellraiser was great reboot. Well, it's not even a reboot. It's set in the same universe, Dead End. It's not a remake. It's not a reboot. It's set in the same universe as the rest of the Hellraiser franchise. Like, it's set in the same universe. Society. Yes, Society is a fucked up film. If you guys like that fucked up shit, like bad taste, definitely check out Society. It is an older film from the, I want to say, late 80s, 85, 89, in there somewhere. The leader of the Gash. Yes. Jamie is no Doug, but she did a fine job. 100% zombie box. Definitely. Hi, Gore. Centipede. Centipede is good. I heard there's a John... Oh, Cannibal, well, thank you for getting me on topic. All right, so before I get further off fucking topic, see, I can talk about what we set to talk about, and then I can get off topic all I want. So for those of you that don't know, Gore Gamer, Gore TV, how are you? John Carpenter is coming out with a TV series. Yes. It's called Suburban Screams, and we have the trailer. We're gonna try to check out the trailer. And it basically, it's an anthology series, and it sounds really cool. I'm gonna go over the premise of Suburban Screams here. I have read the books, and Pinhead comes across as male energy. In the novella, I don't know if you've read it without seeing Hellraiser. So for me, the novellas were read after Hellraiser, after I actually saw Hellraiser. And then I found out way back in the day about the books. So then I read the books, and then I read all of the books. And yeah, Hellraiser in the first one and the second one, he definitely gives off male, very heavy male energy vibes. However, when I read the novellas, I didn't find it as much as the movies. The thing is, no one will play particular characters as good as it. No, I agree with you. Like Freddy Krueger, Robert Englund. It's going to be really hard to replace Robert, but Robert believes Kevin Bacon could play that role. I don't know how I feel about that. I think it could be okay. The guy who played Ronald Voight was great. Yeah. It was a good film. I don't know. I liked it. Okay, so back to Suburban Screams. The series is described as a genre-busting, unscripted horror analogy series from the mind of the legendary director, writer, and producer John Carpenter, who doesn't love one of the masters of horror. The series explores the dark secrets and unspeakable evils that sometimes lurk beneath the surface of a sun-drenched streets, manicured lawns, and friendly neighbors of suburbia. Each episode focuses on one true tale of terror told by the real people who lived through it. Their first-hand accounts are brought to life through premium cinematic scene work, news clips, home photos, and archival footage, combining the visual language of horror films with the tools and techniques of documentaries, creating a uniquely frightening experience for viewers. Tell me that doesn't sound fucking amazeballs, because it does. I liked him in Santa Clarita Diet. Each episode will delve into the monstrous evils that lurk beneath the surface of a friendly suburbia through the lens of one frightful tale. In addition to first-hand accounts, the episodes will include cinematic reenactments, personal archives, and historic town press coverage. The Horror Master directs one episode in the 6-episode series alongside showrunner Jordan Roberts, Michelle Latimer, and Jan Pawlacki. Cinnamon is definitely delicious. So we are going to take a look at this. It's going to be a Peacock original. I like saying cock. Peacock original. It is coming out on Friday the 13th. It is going to be a 6-episode series. I don't hear any talks at this point of a second season. So let's see what this first one's about. K-Stoner Zombie Strippers is awesome. It's so cheesy. And I don't know about Kevin, but he does have a history in OG horror. He does, Miss Machiavelli. He does. And he kind of has the same body, style as England, especially a younger England, right? I love Santa Clarita Diet. So loved it. I'm going to go. I need to get some sleep. Blood Rose Horror Nightmare. It was a pleasure meeting you. Thank you so much for coming in and hanging and chatting and becoming a member. I appreciate it. I will slash you later. Sweet screams. We are gonna go watch the trailer. We're gonna try to watch the trailer. Let's see how this rock and rolls here. Yeah. So I've got to try to. Oh, there we go. Yeah, there we go.
In every neighborhood, there's always that one house that you ride your bike past just a little bit faster than the others.
Who would do something like this?
We now accepted that we were the hunted. I was scared to death.
In one night, police fielded 50 calls about a man in a rabbit suit with a hatchet.
This was real.
Now you're locking windows. You're locking doors.
I know that house, and I know what it's capable of.
There's something wrong with this place.
So yeah, that'll be coming out on Peacock. Yeah, it'll be coming out on Peacock October 13th. Zombie Box Reviews. Check out Santa Clarita Diet. Check it out, Gen X. That is fucking awesome. I always wanted my own little meatball monster. It's a really good show. It's very sad. They leave us on a cliffhanger. I love both of the actors that star in the film. And it's funny. It's good. It's a different take on zombieism. Definitely a different take on zombieism. Kind of reminds me of the Toolbox Murders. Yeah. I see they have some real life, like the Poltergeist stories. There's a lot of movies and TV series that are based on real life mysteries and horror. The DeFeo family from the Amityville Horror, right? That actually happened in their house. There's shit that actually happened there.
I am not having a dick on my forehead.
It's a raw cacacorn. It's a cacacorn. A rare cacacorn. Aha!
He calls it a cacacorn.
She's a cacacorn. Aha!
The shit I let this man do.
Oh my God. Good old clips, eh? Good old clips. That was when I was heavy turned me into a cockacorn. Keystoner, you're new here. Zombie Box, you're new here. There's some crazy shit that goes on around this joint. I tell ya. Yeah, heavy, heavy makes metal cocks. It's the only way I can put it. We like to have fun. Nothing is taboo, really. I mean, we talk a lot about balls. Yeah. It reminded you of Fido vibe. I liked Fido. But yeah, it's the Santa Clarita Diet it's not an overly serious TV series. There's a high comedy. You know what? Let's take a look here. Now, it stars Timothy Olyphant, which I love, and Drew Barrymore, which I love. It is a fun TV series, and it's based on zombieism. Basically, it's a whole other lore of zombieism that they add to the whole lore of zombies. Hey, I love it. I am all about crazy shirt. Crazy shit. Yeah, we love having fun here. We do. There's some crazy shit. That was the raw cockacorn. Heavy made a shiny metal penis, and he actually was painting them and giving them away at one of my charity events. So I do host charities here on my streams because I do believe in giving back to communities. So we do charities for Stack Up, which is a organization that helps veterans from the military, whether you're in the United States, in the UK, and in Canada. They help with veterans, active military people who also have a lot of issues, PTSD. They fundraise special deliveries. They're basically special deliveries, and you raise funds to put in video games, consoles, accessories to send to these people, the military veterans. Most of the time, they're not in active duty because of some sort of PTSD or physical injury to their body. So we do quite a few of that for charity. I also do another one for mental health, LGBTQ, and animals, and another one with veterans. We'll be doing that next week, actually, October 8th to the 14th. Yeah, I think as a content creator who sits in front of people on the internet and talks about shit, I think we reach a whole different type of audience, and I believe that when we get together and do things, it enables us to do some good in this world. The HORDE has helped. I think we raised about $8,000 for a Stack Up, which means we were able to send out like 4 or 5 supply boxes to military personnel who would not have been able to afford this type of stuff. We also raise funds. Like I said, Stream for a Cause is another charity organization that I work with, and they do numerous events. So Stream for a Cause is like an umbrella, and underneath that umbrella they do fundraising for children. They do fundraising for mental health awareness, veterans, animals. And I think we come together. I think we can do so much more together than separate. That's why I do those charities, right? If people have money to spare, sweet. If people don't, it gets exposure. It gets the word out there. We do have some fun milestones. One of them will be hot sauce. I fucking hate anything hot. Just a heads up there. Yeah, no, it doesn't really smell like winter yet. It's more of an autumn type of feel right now. And yeah, so back to the Santa Clarita Diet. There's 3 seasons. 3 seasons that are in the Santa Clarita Diet. They leave us on a hangover. Oh, probably going to fucking cry. This is me with spicy. $15. I can't do that. I can't do that. I can't do that. No, the life that I once knew flashed in front of my eyes as I put that spicy Carolina Reaper jelly bean in my mouth. And my poor uvula, you know, that thing that hangs down in the back of your throat? Yeah, that thing was burning off the hook. Not a good time. Not a good time. I was sweating. My ass off. It was definitely not a good time. Not a good time. I can honestly smell the death of summer. Yeah, it does. You can definitely tell summer is dying. Hell, we are getting a warm October, though, She Kratos. And you'll be fine. Just add humidity to it. And if you can handle heat and humidity, you will be fine. That sounds way worse than just the jalapenos. Yeah, Dahi, that one was a Carolina Reaper. It was so bad. So bad. And I know with the charity event that I have coming next week, there will be some hot sauce. There'll be some hot sauce milestones in there. We almost had to have her Canadian viewers call the emergency services for her. Yep. Yeah, that was a horrible time. But at least it was over quickly. You can miss the hidden jalapenos when she stole some of my nachos a few years ago. Yeah, what? No, was it your nachos or was it one of mine? I don't remember. Anyways, we ate nachos and there was a fucking jalapeno in there and I just about died again. I'm gonna give you guys a couple of movies that I think you guys should watch this October. I'm sick bastard who makes I don't even know what the fuck that is. Gen X, I have a lot of people who love spicy stuff. I do not. I don't like sours and I don't like spicy. There's a channel that I follow called Vet Stalking. It's run by former military. Nice zombie box reviews. I have a lot of military in my family. I have a long line of military, mainly Marines and Navy in my family. So supporting the military is important to me. I have cousins, uncles, aunts, all up in that shit. You're a former military, Gen X. Thank you for your service. I come from a long line of military family. My friends made me eat handfuls of jalapenos this past weekend. I think that horrified them more than seeing Saw X. Oh, Jesus Christ, I couldn't do that. Sounds like your family as well. Yeah, takes a special kind of person to do that kind of stuff, man. It really does. It takes a special kind of person to decide to sacrifice everything to put their life on the line to protect your freedoms. You may not like your government. I hate my government. You may not like your government, but the men and women and animals who put their lives on the line every day to protect your freedoms is a totally separate thing. And those men and women and animals should be supported 110%. And they're not, which sucks. Your dad was in the National Guard. Nice. There's a lot of people that I know that are military, ex-military. I don't want to say ex-military. They're just not in active service anymore, right? You should move here. Winter days don't get below 15. Oh, Miss Machiavelli, I would love to move to Australia, but there are just some things I can't do, like your prime minister. I just couldn't do it. I think your prime minister is worse than mine. Been there for 20 years. He is allergic to bees, so he couldn't go to Kuwait. Ooh, really? I'm allergic to bees as well. I don't know about your new one. I have no idea. There was a prime minister back in 2020, 21, 22. I don't know when your election was. I have no idea who's there because I really don't keep an eye on politics. I just know I couldn't stand that cunt. So I don't know. I don't know about this new one. I love weed. I love my Australians. I do. But Miss Machiavelli, is this one better? Is this one better than the other? I mean, I don't know. Maybe you like the other one. Nah, they're all shit. Doesn't matter what world you're in, what country you're in, they're all shit. But movies that you guys should watch this October, and these aren't over the top crazy movies. I'm giving you guys pretty mild practical effects galore films that I think you should watch this October. Some of them you could watch with children. Well, not little children, but teenagers. First one is Cemetery of Terror. If you're in the States, you can get this on Shudder. I would, Deadwalk. Huntsman, spiders, and killaroos. This one is, oh, Jesus Christ. Just like ours. Just like ours. So basically, Cemetery of Terror, if you have AMC Plus or if you have Shudder, you will be able to check these out. It's basically a bunch of college kids. Reminds me of Tucker and Dale versus Evil. College kids. Anyways, a trio of college kids decide to impress their ladies by stealing a body from a morgue for a Halloween prank and a party in an abandoned house. It happens to be the body of a serial killer, and reading an incantation from book revives him. Never read incantations out loud. Evil Dead taught us this. Come on. This supernatural slasher brings bloody mayhem and a vein of Lucio Fulci, which if you like any kind of giallo or eye torture, Fulci is your eye torture guide. You live in the UK and we hate your... Yeah, see, I don't know much. I don't know a whole hell of a lot about the UK. But there was a point where I was really invested in Australia because that was a place that I did want to go to. Like, I wanted to move to. Zombie, I agree with you 100%. 100%. Minus 60 almost in the wind for skin. Yeah, no, we want to be unalive around that time. Yeah, because I live in Canada. She, Kratos, myself, serial killer, and Monkey. We live in the province of Alberta. It's one of the coldest provinces here. I mean, we have other colder territories and provinces, but we are like one of the top cold ones. We hit like minus 45, minus 55 with wind chill. And that is Celsius, which I think that's the same in Fahrenheit. Hello, Box. How are ya? Jeebus, why the hell do people read incantations out loud? I don't know, Deadwalk. I don't know. But has anybody here seen Cemetery of Terror? Have you seen it? It's an older film. What, tonight? It's going to be minus 2 degrees Celsius overnight. Not overnight, but tonight. Like right now. Okay. Definitely check out Cemetery of Terror. That is one I'm going to tell you guys to definitely look into. If you love werewolves, I mean, you have to love zombies, werewolves, Dracula, and mummies on Halloween. I mean, that's just a given.
Every hand you've ever shaken has had a dick in it.
Basically, that as well. Basically. It is really true that Nick Cage bought the rights to Halloween franchise today. I don't know. There's a lot of speculation and a lot of rumors out there about the Halloween franchise, the Halloween rights. I haven't been able to research it enough. Just because a online horror magazine puts it out there doesn't mean it's true. There are numerous horror magazines that are known to have clickbait titles. They are known to throw out rumors that aren't true. So there's very few horror magazines, online horror magazines, that I actually look and turn to. I haven't had a chance to research anything yet on that. Well, you can always come visit, though. I'd show you the Aussie ways to survive, and you would love it. I probably would a lot. I probably would. Enjoy your lurk. Enjoy your lurk, She Kratos. Let me just scroll up here because I missed something. Gee, but yeah, I don't understand why people do read out of the books out loud, Deadwalk, because we learned this not to do that. Alberta, not quite the land of always winter, but the area just outside the wall. Thrones reference it, basically. Basically, Deadwalk. Did I watch Renfield? Is that what you're talking about, Kate Stoner? Did you watch his new one? I'm a huge Nick Cage fan. Huge. He is kind of starting to look like Michael Myers. Interesting. You would never want to leave? I'm all down for that. Cool. I really, really like Nicolas Cage. I enjoy his films. I love him in horror. I do like his action. I do like his comedies because he does have comedies. Hi, Stormy. I'm fabulous. How are you? I really liked Renfield, and I tell you why I like Renfield. Nicolas Cage is a huge, huge horror fan. If you guys don't realize that, he is a huge horror fan. I mean, his family has ties in the horror industry. He has always wanted to be a vampire Dracula. He enjoys and loves the classic monsters. He does. And he's portrayed a few characters throughout his younger career, and now he actually has the chance to play a more serious Dracula in Renfield. I liked Renfield. I heard Renfield got a lot of hate, and I don't understand why. It was a fun-filled horror vampire action film. I don't see why people had a hard time with Renfield. I enjoyed it. I think Nicolas Cage did an amazing job as Dracula. I wasn't expecting him to be so ferocious. Like, he was ferocious. He was mean. He was, I wouldn't want to fuck with that. And it blew my mind that he was able to do that. I was just like, oh my God, I fucking love this. I loved it. Yeah, me too, Zach. I thought it was a great movie. It did have its moments of comedy, K-Stoner. You are definitely correct. It had its moments of comedy, which was always nice to see. It breaks it up a wee bit. But yeah, no, I really enjoyed him as Dracula. I liked his performance as Dracula, but the movie was okay. I will agree with you. The movie is okay. It's not a great movie. However, he makes it, for me, makes it great. Did you enjoy the Blumhouse Halloweens? No. Are you talking about like the new universe? No. So Stormy, I didn't hate them because I don't hate things. I don't hate things. However, the new Halloween universe is definitely not for me. I am not a diehard Halloween fan either. I just did not like the direction of Halloween 2018 or Halloween Ends went in. I have seen them all. I actually prefer Halloween Kills out of all of them. And if I was to rate them, Halloween Kills and then 2018 and Halloween Ends is the same for me. They're shit. I don't like either of them. However, people do like them, and it is what it is. I question your taste. And I don't consider it part of the Halloween franchise. I consider it a new universe of Halloween. Just like Marvel and DC can have their fucking universes of everything, that is how I look at this new Halloween. It could be a stigma from his old Vampire Kiss film. Yeah, well, Vampire Kiss was not as serious as Renfield. The Dead End, did you see Renfield? I wonder what his plot at the St. Louis Cemetery cost. Right? I wonder if you can look that up. I'm going to give you guys another horror movie that you need to watch during Halloween, during this month. And you've got to watch your typical vampires, werewolves, mummies, zombies. You have to, because you just have to. And one of my favorite Canadian-made werewolf films is Ginger Snaps. I seen Ginger Snaps in theaters on opening night when it first came out, and I friggin' loved it. If you're in Canada, you can watch Ginger Snaps on most Canadian streaming services. If you're in the United States, you can get it on Peacock and Vudu, and probably some other ones in the States as well. You need to see Renfield. Oh, yes, Dead End. You need to see Renfield, and you'll know what I'm talking about when I say this is serious. Like, this is serious. Serious Dracula. As someone who would mount Myers in a heartbeat, the new Halloweens made me cry, and not in a good way. Don't get me wrong. James Jude Courtney, he played Michael. He did a really good job. the kills in Halloween New Universe was pretty cool. And James Jude Courtney is a really nice guy. I got to hang out with him last summer. He's a really great guy. He's a nice guy. Yeah, Deadwalk, vampires, werewolves, and zombies. Oh my. Hi, Horoscope. Well, there are like 4 to 5 different timelines in the Halloween franchise. Not going to say I agree with the director's 2018. Yeah, but Halloween's franchise, at least it kind of kept the same. Okay, so let's. Oh, we're getting raided by Speedy Misha. Hold that pin. Let's put a pin in that one. Don't let me forget to talk about that. I like Hugh Jackman. Van Helsing's a great movie. Welcome, Speedy Misha. How are you, my darling? How are you? Are you doing good? How was your stream, Speedy? JJC was not the issue with Halloween. The story was definitely the issue. Okay, so I am fabulous. We are discussing the Halloween whole as a franchise here. Horoscope was saying that there are like 4 to 5 different timelines in the Halloween franchise. And they're not wrong. There are different ones. However, they all keep the same pattern, if you know what I mean. And I'll get to that in just a second. I gotta fix my friggin' red skin. I see you too, who just followed me. DJ Toby YT, welcome to the crypt. Thank you for the follow. Sounds like Motionless in White. I don't know what that music is, to be honest with you. It is a copyright-free song that I use. You were playing some Field of Stars. I know people loving that game, man. I'm glad you're having a good time. So at least in the Halloween chapters, from 1 all the way up, let's forget about the new universe. Okay, let's forget about the new universe. Let's do just the main chapters as if there was no other Halloween chapters, okay? So throughout the Halloween franchise, Michael Myers was and still the boogeyman. He was the creature that was lurking in the shadows. He was cold. He was calculated. He wasn't over the top. He got you when you least fucking expected it. And that stays the same throughout 1 all the way up. Okay, he stays the same. He stays the boogeyman. Laurie is his sister, yada, yada. They keep the lore. Of course, we see Thorne come in to play the whole supernatural aspect of Michael Myers. However, the franchise kept the pattern, the shape. You know, he's that thing that you think you see in the shadow, but you're not really sure. You're kind of a little, I don't know if I want to get up and check it out, but you do anyway. And then you get a knife in the ass. Okay. That's Michael. He's cold. He's calculated. He's not over the top. He sees what he wants and he fucking kills it. He was scary. He is the boogeyman. In this new chapters of Halloween universe, he is no longer the boogeyman. He is no longer the shape. He is now a clone of Jason Voorhees. His kills are way over the top, and he's not as scary as he was in the original chapters of Halloween. And as a fan of all franchise, I love Halloween. I'm not like a drop dead fan like Serial Killer is. However, I do love Halloween franchise. And I love me my Jason. And when I first started seeing the Halloween chapters, the new chapters, the first thing that came to my mind is they reskinned Jason to look like Michael because his kills were over the top. They were in your face. He was no longer cold and calculated. He was just balls to the wall out there with his whole dick swinging in the wind. I don't believe that is Michael. That is not the shape. Michael was always that scary fucking thing in the shadows, hence why he was called the boogeyman. The boogeyman is not somebody who is out in the open doing over the top kills and getting you that way. The boogeyman is something that hides and lurks in the shadows and stalks you from afar. And then when it sees it's prime time to jump on you and murder you, that's when they do it. They don't do it right away. So there's a difference between Michael and Jason. and how they hold themselves. I call Jason the juggernaut of death. And what pisses me off about some of Jason Voorhees chapters is when he goes to Manhattan, how many people he fucking left alive. That is some bullshit right there, but we're not going to get into that. That's a whole other night. Like, honestly, I feel they could have done things so much better. Not just the story, but how the characters were developed. 100% horoscope. The story was just, it fell flat. It was bullshit. The whole changing of everything was bullshit. You know, there was the way that some of the characters were, I call bullshit. I didn't like the Doctor in 2018. I don't like how Laurie Strode turned into Sarah Connor. Like, Laurie Strode, throughout the entire franchise, started off as the girl next door that was frail and fragile, who fought her way to survive, right? She was like that all the way throughout, even in H2O, right? Then we have the new universe that happens, and I swear to God, she becomes Sarah Connor. I don't know where the fuck she went to, what kind of classes she took to become Sarah Connor 2.0, because that's who she friggin' came. And the fact that Laurie has a daughter now, what? Laurie Strode's daughter died. Fuck off with that shit too. Exactly, Miss Machiavelli. And you know, in H2O, she has a son. Right? Hello, Amazing Halo. Yeah, she did. She had a son. I know it's not a popular opinion, but Manhattan is my favorite. So Manhattan's not horrible. You know, it's my least favorite, but besides Jason Goes to Hell, my least favorites of the chapters in the franchise. And the reason why I just can't jive with Manhattan, I'm not saying the kills weren't good, because the kills were fun. I'm not saying the movie wasn't fun. I just don't like numerous things with it. She did, whereas Sean, she was literally Sarah Connor. Kay Stoner, you have an amazing night. Thank you so much for coming in and hanging out with us. It was a pleasure meeting you. You have yourself a great night, and I will slash you later. And you agree with the new Halloween movies? Yeah. I mean, I'm not saying they're just not for me, the new Halloween films. I don't like a lot of things about them. Not at all. You know, never, ever, ever mention Jason Goes to Hell again. I know, right? Halloween Ends was terrible. Halloween Ends was Christine. It was Christine. I hated the whole premise of Ends. The whole premise of Ends. You can't kill the boogeyman. We know this. Your faves are Friday 1 through 4. Nice. My least favorite Halloween besides the new ones was Busta Rhymes. That was, which one was that? It had, I know which one you're talking about. I own all of them. H2O is the best timeline. Halloween at least stuck with the same pattern. Yeah, it was the one right after H2O. I know which one you're talking about, Miss Machiavelli. I can't remember the little title of it. I know it's Halloween, but it's something. You like Jason X? I love Jason X Zombie. And I really want a Earth 2 Friday the 13th. Todd Farmer is the writer, and he also played Dallas in Jason X. And I'm friends with Todd, and we were on my show, Coffee Chat of Horrors, where I interviewed him, and we were talking about the Jason X and all of that jazz. I told him I wanted an Earth 2, and there is a write-off. There is a spot that bounces right off of Jason X that could go into a Halloween 2. Jason X is one of my favorites. I actually liked it quite a bit. A psychological break for Laurie they were trying to portray. I don't really know what the shit was going on when Laurie Strode became Sarah Connor. It was more believable that that Sally Hardesty was what she was compared to Laurie Strode. You know, everyone was saying, oh, Texas Chainsaw Massacre, copy Laurie Strode. No, motherfuckers, no. Halloween, Laurie Strode copied Sarah Connor. She became Sarah Connor 2.0. Sally Hardesty, I can see her going from that final girl. She escaped and going that route of becoming a ranger and taking that professional level and hunting down Leatherface. That is more realistic to me than Laurie Strode, who was afraid of her own fucking shadow, becoming Sarah Connor. I just don't I can't see that. I couldn't wrap my head around that because Laurie Strode was Sarah Connor 2.0. Jason could kill Myers. I honestly think both of them are eternal. They're both supernatural in some sort of the sense. I'm not saying that they're ghosts or anything. However, they are supernatural, and I don't think either of them, even though it would be an awesome fight, and I want to say Jason would annihilate Michael. However, in reality, those two would fight forever. There would be no end. That's, in what I see. I love my Jerry Judy Myers auto. Nice. That's a really cool autograph. I still think that Jason could annihilate Michael. Jason has been killed more ways than Michael has, but I will say that if it came down to it, toe to toe, Michael and Jason, they're both supernatural. The fight would go on forever. It would be one hell of a fight, but it would go on forever. Hello, TFR8. How are you? It has one of my favorite movie lines. What's your favorite movie line? Actually, Deadwalk, talking about Jason X and zombie reviews, my in-between screen from when I'm playing video games, is this scene right here from Jason X. It's one of my favorite actual kill scenes, a very creative kill scene, I will say. So when I'm playing games like Texas Chainsaw Massacre or anything like that, and I have an in-between screen where we sit and chit-chat in between matches, this is what we watch. The last time we were watching my favorite parts of Texas Chainsaw Massacre 2, this now is Jason X. Yeah. This is an awesome. We didn't get to see her boobies. No, babe, we did not. Actually, Heavy likes this one. Oh, did my movie freeze? It did. Oh, it did. It froze. Oh, well. But anyways, you guys get the gist of it if you've seen the movie. It's a very creative kill. What do you think about Texas Chainsaw movies? Okay, so Texas Chainsaw Massacre is my second favorite franchise. It is one of the most convoluted timelines in horror movie franchise ever. It's so convoluted. We think Halloween. I froze too. Oh, weird. I don't know why. Everything looks good on my end. I wonder if Twitch is having some issues. Yeah, I don't know. That's so weird. This sucks on so many levels. Yes, it does. And then she's sucked right out and through that grate, right? Oh, what a kill, man. I think Jason X had an amazing creative line. Yeah, I wonder what's going on with my stream. I'm not getting any drop frames. Yeah, really weird. Really weird. I'm not getting any drop frames. I'm looking at my stats. Everything looks good. Twitch totally froze for a section. Oh, okay. The next generation. Oh, my Lord. You say it's Twitch? I know Serial Killer was having a hell of a time the other night on Twitch. No, I think it's Twitch, babe. All my stats say everything is fine, so I don't know. Twitch has been hell though, because we were watching iMod for a serial killer and his stream was so glitchy. It was freezing on a regular basis, losing sync, all of that shit, right? Yeah, it wasn't a good time. And that was a Twitch issue. So maybe that's what it is tonight. I don't know. However, Jason X, I think, had one of the most creative kills in the chapters, because some of the kills were fucking awesome. That grate scene where she gets sucked through the grate. Oh my Lord, what the hell? Yesterday I had an error of 501 and 503 on Twitch. It could be Speedy. It could. Twitch has been messing up for the last 2 weeks. Oh yeah, it was freezing literally every few minutes. Oh, on Serial Killer stream, yeah, it definitely was. And it could be definitely server issues, server bugs, whatever. Live streaming isn't perfect, right? But hopefully it doesn't kick me off. Everything looks good though. No drop frames. My stats look good. Oh well. But yeah, I love Jason X. I thought it's a great film. I would have loved to see a sequel to Jason X. I would have loved to see Earth 2, Friday the 13th, because he landed on Earth 2 in Crystal Lake. And my biggest reason for not liking Jason Goes to Manhattan is Jason in Jason Goes to Manhattan is a normal boy. When we know Jason was not a normal boy. He had numerous handicaps, not only on the mental level, but majority on the physical level. And then he was a normal little boy. Didn't like that. The second thing that I really disliked, Jason is a juggernaut of death. Everybody and anybody in his way dies. In Manhattan, he literally pushes people out of the way and kicks a friggin' stereo that these punks are listening to. The Jason I know would have ripped their fucking skulls from their assholes. I don't understand why they made him so animated the way they made him either in that film. That's why I don't really care for Manhattan. And I don't like Jason Goes to Hell. Fuck that one. Jason Goes to Hell Jason is not a goddamn worm, for that matter, first and foremost. Doing Earth 2 now with current tech would be pretty cool. I think so, Dead End. Imagine Jason X is set in the same universe as Alien. Alien versus Jason. Oh, she would be, yeah, the xenomorph. She spews acid, man. Uber Jason could probably go up against that. Need a Jason Goes to Manhattan and the Muppets Take Manhattan mashup. How you doing, Echo? Exactly, Zombie Nation. Right, Miss Machiavelli? Jason kills everything in his path. He doesn't pick and choose who dies. He kills everybody. Now, that's my reasons for those two movies. Well, Friday the 13th game is still going, whereas Sean, it won't be closing down until next year. I believe next December, if my memory serves me correct. They're losing the IP as well. So that's another thing about Friday the 13th. It's very sad that the game was murderized by the lawsuit that happened. And it sucks because it's my favorite video game. However, we at least get to play it and we get to do the challenges and all of that fun stuff. Jason versus Megatron. I think Jason would win, babe. I do. Jason versus Megatron. I would pay to watch that movie. Right? What are your thoughts on the Texas Chainsaw? I think they're fine. I know it's not a... Okay, so first things first. Texas Chainsaw Massacre is my favorite franchise, talking about Amazing Halo and what she was saying, and it's one of the most convoluted franchises in horror history. It is. It has numerous timelines, it has numerous families, it's all sorts of fuckery afoot, but it's still a great franchise. Going to the game now, the DLC, I honestly don't see an issue with the DLCs. We get free maps, and the Greg Nicotero skin for Leatherface comes with the skin, okay, chainsaw, and an execution. Made by Greg Nicotero. Hello, I can see that being $15.99. Now, I paid quite a bit of money for the Savini Ash Williams. That's just a fucking skin. All it was one goddamn skin. I didn't get no chainsaws. I didn't get no executions. I got a friggin' skin. I think I paid like $20 for that. Anyways, the premium ones are made by horror masters, and only people who are into the horror will really know about Greg Nicotero and Savini. And I understand the premium skin. Understand it. $15.99, you're getting a Greg Nicotero skin created by Greg Nicotero himself. Like, that's awesome. The $10 per character, I agree with. I am not a victim main. I am a family main. Will I play victim? Yeah, I'll play victim. I'll play Julie. Will I play victim often? Hell no. So for me, the $10 characters are great because I prefer to buy a $10 family character over $20 and get 2 characters that only one I'm going to play with. So I agree with that. I really thank Gun Media for doing that pricing the way they did it, because the $10 I would prefer the individual. Most skins and characters that you buy are around the same price. Gun Media's pricing is no different than Dead by Daylight, Fortnite, Diablo 4, like numerous ones. No, Michael is more of a pick and choose. He is calculated. Yes, Jason is an uncaged animal. I have amazing Halo. I am going to be seeing The Exorcist. Jason versus Megatron would be interesting. Jason versus Tarn, if you know who that is. I got a good one for you. Jason versus Deadpool. It would never end. No, it would not. Friday the 13th could be making so much money. Hell yes. Hell, even the Leprechaun came back. Right, Cannibal? I think so. I think they could do it. I would love to see it. Poor Raw only gets stuck playing victim because I come in and make a 4th player. But I love playing with you, Miss Machiavelli. How long are you going to be on? I'm going to be on for another 30 minutes, my friend. 30 minutes. I don't believe Gun Media's pricing is out to lunch. I believe there's a lot of entitled gamers out there that want everything half price or for free. Gaming development is a business. And if you want things for free, create it yourself and let people play it for free. I have bought many skins. I'm not a skin buyer in all of my games. There's only select games that I buy skins in. Diablo 4. I've spent a ton of money in skins alone. My horse skin, so my horse that I have this armor set, and all it is a mother effing armor set. It comes with nothing. That was $10 by itself. And you just can't pay $10. You got to buy their silver to go and buy this, right? So their character pricing at $9.99 a piece, I'm on board with. Free maps, why not? It's not to say that down the road, Gun Media is not going to come up with bundles. You know what I mean, Stormy? So they could come up with, you know, you buy this bundle. The executions are what, $6.99? I have no issues paying $6.99 for the executions compared to some of the DVD skins that you're getting, and they're just skins. They're not even characters. They're skins. Vampires for season 2. Yeah, some DLCs, especially horror skins on Friday or Texas, are from Masters only fans seem to find and appreciate. I would agree with you, Miss Machiavelli. As long as it's only cosmetics, I'm good. So a lot of people, ooh, nice farting going on there. I guess I will let you know on Discord how it went. Yes, definitely. I'm watching it right now. Beginning is so fucking sick. 10 minutes in. Let me know, K-Stoner. Enjoy your movie. Have fun, babe. Good luck for qualifying. A nightmare is needed as well, but I think a prequel to making of how Freddy came to be first. I would love to see that, Zombie. I would. Yeah, no worries, Stormy. I look at it this way. You know, Gun is not gouging its community. It was a $40 game, and the majority of people playing it is on Game Pass, which they got their game for free. Before, when Gun Media put out their thing about the skins, I actually went through my PayPal and my receipts on Dead by Daylight, on Diablo 4, just so I can compare, because people were like, this is outsane, they're gouging. I want it for $5. I want it for free. Take your entitled ass out of here, right? No. I looked at the skins for Diablo 4. I looked at the skins for Fortnite. I looked at the skins for Dead by Daylight. I compared the skins to other games that are of that caliber, and they're either same or more. Diablo 4 skins are hella lot money more than the Texas Chainsaw Massacre DLC. DVD skins seem to be going up in price. They always do. And the only reason why they seem kind of cheap is because they go on sale. You can get yourself Michael Myers for $5.99 when he's on sale. I understand why people might be upset, but a lot of the people, when I asked them, Stormy, why they didn't like the pricing, the majority of the responses, now we're going to Twitter, okay? The majority of the responses is, I think it should be $5 and I think it should be free. So you think everything in the game should be $5 and other things like the executions and other things should be free. Well, if you want Texas Chainsaw Massacre to last more than a year, then you're going to need to pay the employees that work for the company. Because it's not one man that created the entire game. You have Sumo Nottingham, which is its own company, and then you have Gun Media, which is its own company, that have worked on this game together. The IP costs money. That is not cheap. The developers cost money. The artist, the storyboard, hiring Kane Hodder to do the motion effects. And was that other character, the other actor that played he did the Hitchhiker's movements. These people aren't cheap. They're not. Kane Hodder is not doing this for free out of the goodness of his heart. He's just not. He's making some money. I don't think it's a horrible thing for the company to make money at all. No worries, Dead End. Let me know how you like Renfield. Have a great night. Thank you for popping in. Sweet screams, and I will talk to you later. They could be like Bungie and make people pay for DLCs, then pay for seasons, then pay for dungeon keys and those DLCs. You want to know something, Miss Machiavelli? You are damn right on that one. So, you know, a lot of games, Diablo, specifically Diablo 4, Destiny 2, you pay almost $50 to $70 for an expansion. And that expansion opens up some more in the game so you can continue playing and not have the same stale content every time. Gun Media could have done the same thing. They could charge you for seasons. They could charge you for all DLCs where they're actually giving you the maps for free. So every map they come up with, which we have no idea how many maps we can get, they're giving them for free. Destiny is such a money hog. Like, you get the base game, but then if you want to do all these dungeons and other storylines, you want to get this armor, you want to get that, you have to dish out money. I think every expansion that I have purchased for Destiny 2 was $50 to $70. I know the Witch Queen DLC was $65. I know that Lightfall, which I have as well, was $124. So I don't know. When I compare their pricing to other games, I don't see the issue. I don't.
ReAnimateHer.
But is there? Oh God, yeah. I would love to see so many different maps. Okay, so here we go. So in Texas Chainsaw Massacre 1, we got the slaughterhouse, we got the family home. That's awesome. Number 2, I would love to see the underground lair. It's all underground. I would love to see the underground lair from part 2. I'd love to see Chop Top come on in from part 2. I would love to see Stretch, her character, in as a victim. And actually, based off of that, I would have loved to seen a sequel to part 2 showing Stretch falling in love with Bubba and having a love child. That's a whole other fan thing that I have going on. Zombie Box, it was nice to meet you. Have a great one. Thank you so much for chilling with us. I will sash you later. I have spent close to $1,000 on just Destiny alone. Right, Miss Machiavelli? Now, in part 3, we know part 3 is a different kind of house, and the swamp. I would like to see a swamp in there. I'd like to see a whole swamp set up from part 3. And Greg Nicotero's skin actually kind of reminds me of part 3 Leatherface. Whether or not that was intentional, I have no idea. However, Greg Nicotero did work in part 3 Texas Chainsaw Massacre, and if you take a look at the body build, the colors of the skin, and the mask of the skin, it basically basically looks like the one from Texas Chainsaw Massacre 3. Yep, Destiny DLCs have always been pretty much the same price. Yeah, monkey. I think I got spoiled with Guild Wars 2. You pay for the base game and the DLCs, and that's it. They have a shops for cosmetics. Yeah, you know, don't get me wrong, cosmetics are awesome. And TCM is not a play to win. Those characters aren't play to win. And a lot of people are getting confused with play to win and pay to play. Pay to win is when a character comes out and that character is OP, more stronger than the other characters that came with the game. Okay? You buy that character, you annihilate everybody. That is a pay to win. A pay to play is a character comes out, and let's say that is Franklin. Let's just say they come out with Franklin. And in order to play Franklin, you have to pay for Franklin, but Franklin has the same skill sets and trees with one special ability. That is not a pay to win. That is a pay to play. Right? I think I paid like $10 or more on Platinum for the Plague Doctor, Rogue Skin, and Diablo 4. But then again, I am a kind of rogue main and saved. I hate self-entitled assholes. Yeah, I agree with you, Celtic. I paid, you know, skins aren't cheap, guys. Characters aren't cheap. This is a business. I think a lot of people look at things like GTA and assume every company should do the same with DLCs, but forget they have shark cards and also bigger community base. GTA has a huge community base, huge, and they do have shark cards, which make them so much money. One of the other things that I would like to see, so you know how we have in one of the later Texas Chainsaw Massacres, which is like 40 years later, and Leatherface is now living in the basement of his grandma's home, and the daughter comes. She is actually part of the family who was adopted. I'd like to see that as well. I would like to see the whole field in there as well. Like, there is so much content they can pull from the franchise. And I mean, obviously they have to have the IPs for it, but there is so much they can pull from that franchise if they were able to get all the IP access. You have to look good when slaying. I will pay for that, no joke. I agree with you a little bit. I do. I want Chop Top. I want Chop Top. Yeah. Hands down. I want Chop Top. And I want Chop Top in different kinds of skins, because we know Chop Top has numerous skins that he wears. So not only those maps that I would like to see. What is your least favorite TCM film? So I do have least favorites in the franchise. Texas Chainsaw 4 is there is no chainsaw killing in it. Matthew McConaughey is in that film. I don't really care for it. Then the other one is called Leatherface. Buffy proved that. Gotta look fine slaying. Exactly. You definitely do. That was hold on, I can't remember the name of it. Yeah, that's it. Matthew McConaughey, Texas Chainsaw Massacre: The Next Generation. It was The Next Generation that I was thinking of, not the beginning. My Twitch is pooping. No worries, Kratos. We were having issues earlier with Twitch, by the way. We were having issues with it. It was freezing. But I will have to say, Next Generation, and that's because there was really no chainsaw kills. It wasn't horrible per se. The other one that I did not like was Leatherface. That one, I believe it was 2017. Hold on. Leatherface. Yeah, 2017. It looked like it came out in 2017. I didn't really care for that one either. What's the other one called where she is the grandmother? I can't remember the title names of them. 20 minutes to cover all the topics you wanted to discuss. I know, right? That one was wild. I think that a fucking spider that just crawled down? I could have swore I just saw a big fucking spider. Anyways, that one was wild. I think it ended with the family getting recruited by the Illuminati, especially Matthew. That one, it was wild. I'm not saying it was a shitty movie. It wasn't. But I am saying it's just fucking weird. Leatherface is the only I haven't seen. Just remember seeing a picture of a huge pig mask or something. Leatherface was based on a younger version of Leatherface. They changed the lore completely. It's the final countdown, right? Yeah, I thought I it was quick, she Kratos. I wasn't sure if it was my imagination or it was a big fucking spider. You'll be right. Your spiders are fine. I know, we'll be fine. But my spiders do know to stay away from me. I don't like to kill them. They know this. I don't like to kill anything besides humans, but I don't like to kill anything. And my spiders can live in my house. I have told them time and time again, you will die if you land upon me or come into my space. My space. And I do tell them they will die. I have conversations with spiders all the time in my house because I am in a murder basement. Yeah, well, you live in a land where everything is about to kill you and eat your face off, Miss Machiavelli. And that is Australia. I would be murderizing everything, even those sweet little chlamydia koalas. Those little fuckers would be dying too. But yeah, she lives in Australia. Everything is trying to kill you there. Everything. Yeah. I don't know how koala bears get chlamydia, but what the fuck?
ReAnimateHer.
Do the old cup and plate trick, then bring him outside, right? Usually that's what I do. Whereas that's what I don't normally do. Did you tell them they could be eaten by cats? They know they can be eaten by cats. But yeah, those are my two least liked in the chapters of TCM. You had frogs in your garage? You're in Jamaica still, right? Amazing. Me either, but it's a concern that they do. It's a huge concern that they have chlamydia. Like, how the fuck does a koala bear have chlamydia? Who's out there screwing koala bears? Yeah. Crazy. Insane. Like, really? Oh, okay. So another movie that you need to watch during the October month is Ginger Snaps. Great Canadian coming-of-age werewolf film. It has macabre, death-obsessed teens. They are outcast in a suburban neighborhood, which is exactly what I was and still am, which makes them, inseparable. Now, Ginger gets her first menstrual cycle, attracting a werewolf that has been stalking the area. Puberty takes on a whole new meaning as the werewolf's bite transforms Ginger into something far more monstrous. Ginger Snaps is a werewolf favorite that stands on its own. It's one of my fucking favorites. It brings in a really cool, it stays with the werewolf lore, but it brings in a really cool effect with the werewolves. Ginger Snaps is great. Was my wife's favorite werewolf movie. Nice, Vashnob. Oh, you're in the States for the winter. I got you. Amazing. Yeah, koala clap. Mm-hmm. There is Ginger Snaps too. Mm-hmm. Ginger Snaps is a great movie. It's a great werewolf movie. Hi, Deepak. How are you? I did Dead Walk. I started talking about half hour ago, and then I got totally interrupted. Another fun one is going to be Hellfest. Now, Hellfest is it has Tony Todd in it, And it basically is this group that goes to a Halloween party of sorts at a carnival. And it's a little weird, but it's cool. It's all in fun of Halloween. It's like this theme park circus that they go to. Puppy 667, or is it Papu 667? Welcome to the crypt. Thank you for the follow. I feel Ginger Snaps was a werewolf Lost Boys. Ginger Snaps is definitely a coming of age werewolf film. Where same thing with Lost Boys, if you think about it. You know, it's geared towards those young adults. It's geared towards, like, the main characters are, you know, Mike, he's a young adult. He's in his late teens, 17, 18, in that era. And then you have the Frog Brothers, who are still in junior high, right? So that is more of a coming of age vampire film. Same thing with, like, Ginger Snaps, to me, is more of a coming of age werewolf film. Definitely. Yeah, for sure, Vashnab. I get that. I see that. Definitely. Okay, it wasn't a spider. It was some kind of fly or moth. I just saw it again. We're good. We are good. Another one that I would highly suggest that you guys see that is Halloween specific is Night of the Demons. I can't get enough of this fucking movie. I love Night of the Demons. It gets a little weird, Night of the Demons 2 and Night of the Demons 3. It does get weird. However, Night of the Demons, Amelia Kincaid as Angela, is one of the perfect Halloween horror movies for you in October. It's about a Halloween party. So a bunch of kids have this Halloween party. Angela is a young girl who is more of an outcast than the other crew. The other group of kids are more of like the cool kids. Angela is that crazy goth kid that, you know, nobody really wanted to hang out with. Her and her best friend, Suzanne, are buddies. And Suzanne was played by Linnea Quigley. And so they throw this Halloween party in this old abandoned mortuary. However, this old abandoned mortuary has some evil spirits and gate of hell and all that yada yada. So with that, they are doing this fun party activity. Hi, Brian. You're going to see the new Exorcist movie. Have fun with that. I hope you're doing well. How long does it take you to get comfortable, right? Oh, it takes Pico 5 million years to get comfortable. He moved his bed from by my feet to all the way across the fucking room. Right over there, as you can see. He's so silly. Night of the Demons, the original, because there is a remake, is not horrible either, but it's no Night of the Demons OG. So it's a good time. It's a lot of fun. The practical effects are amazing. There is no CGI in Night of the Demons. There's another movie called Demons. Dario Argento's Demons is another really good Halloween-esque film to watch. It definitely in the same realm, and it's about demons. I really like that one too. I don't know how many people here have seen Argento's Demons, but that's a good one. But yeah, those are my movies that I think that you should, you know, try to check out this month if you want some Halloween-esque horror movies that are, you know, in the realm of Halloween. Night of the Demons, Hellfest, Ginger Snaps, Terrifier, Terrifier 2, Cemetery of Terror. Now, I know Terrifier and Terrifier 2, almost everyone and their mom has seen that movie, so that's why I really didn't bring that up as a Halloween-esque film. There's also Haunt, is another really good Halloween film. It's Halloween themed, and oh, you can't see it. Where the fuck is it? My Haunt mask is behind Jason's mask here onto the side wall, so I do have a Haunt mask. That is a really good one, and there is another one that I want to tell you guys about that I think you should watch if you can find it. So Haunt, hi Izzy, how are you? I haven't seen any of those ones that you mentioned. Well, definitely check them out. They're actually good films. Cemetery of Terror is good. It's got some splash of comedy. It kind of reminds me of like a Monster Squad type of film. Haunt and Hellfest, yeah, I enjoyed both. Both are Halloween themed. Same thing with Ginger Snaps. Definitely check it out. Ginger Snaps has a franchise. Definitely go and see them. Tales from the Crypt, Demon Night, definitely, and so is Bordello of Blood. But I'm talking about more of like Halloween themed horror movies. Night of the Demons had a mask in it. Night of the Demons had a lot of cool shit in it and a lot of makeup. I had a really good chat last summer with Amelia Kincaid. I spent the whole weekend with her. So many amazing stories she spoke about in that film. Another one that I'm going to tell you about is it's a female produced horror movie based Halloween theme. And it's a psychological journey based on the latest craze, extreme haunts. Allison is an emotionally troubled young woman who believes that confronting her past trauma might be a means of exorcising her demons. She signs up for a trip to perdition and exclusive haunt that promises absolute, unadulterated terror. But the most frightening thing on display will prove to be Allison's own twisted psyche. And that movie is called Extremity. I'm going to tell you this is a good movie. Canadian produced. It's definitely a good film. I have this copy. I friggin' loved it. I seen it on Tubi Canada, and then I had to go and find this movie physically. This is an awesome movie. It's about extreme haunts. And it's psychological based. So Miss Machiavelli, that would be up your alley if you can find it. Extremity. Trick or Treat. So Trick or Treat, which one? Because there are two Trick or Treats. There's the original Trick or Treat, and then there's the one with Sam that's played by Quinn Lord. Both are really good films. And what Trick or Treat? Let's see, the original. It's not a remake, by the way. Definitely look for it. There's the 1986 Trick or Treat film, which is a horror musical. And then, of course, the 2007 was Sam. Yeah, both are good films. Both are Halloween. They are Halloween films. So one is more of a musical, though. I'm excited for the new Spawn movie whenever that finally comes out. Nice. Miss Machiavelli, if you can't find it, I will find it and I will play it for you. And then we can watch it in Discord. But yeah, there's definitely those two films are good. More Halloween-esque films. Let's see what else is out there. There's tons. There's really tons of them. But those were on the top of my head that I wrote down, and a little bit of their synopses that I wanted to get out there for you guys to see, because not everybody has seen majority of those films. So I figure, you know what? If I speak about some of the less seen films, people might be more inclined to see them and bring life back into them, right? Because there's a lot of films that you don't know that they're even out there because they got bypassed because they didn't make it to mainstream media, or they went right to video. See, that's a bug. That's a moth or something that got into my house. A lot of videos, a lot of movies in the 80s went directly to video, which they did not get a theatrical release. So if they didn't get digital and get onto a CD or a DVD, they were missed because they were just on VHS. And then in the 90s, the same thing. But then we had some DVDs come along, late 90s, early 2000s. And then you had movies that were on VHS that were popular that made it to that. It sucks because a lot of the old great films of like the 80s that went direct to video, a lot of them are missing. A lot of them never made it to DVD. And that sucks. I like some new stuff because so much we couldn't get, because unless it's mainstream, we don't get it here unless you find it on YouTube or Tubi if lucky. Yeah, Miss Machiavelli. Damn, that was fast. Almost 20 minutes. Ooh, definitely sad. All right, guys, it is that time to, head back to the crypt. Physical media does matter, and I'm a huge fan of physical media. Just because you can get it digitally doesn't mean it's going to be there forever. Remember, censorship is real. We lived it in the 80s, and we're living it again now. Censorship is real. If somebody doesn't like something, it is so easy for them to delete it out of the cloud, and there it goes, gone, boom, never to be seen again. Physical media is so important. Records, CDs, DVDs, Blu-rays, these are what you guys need to be collecting. So what if you don't watch them ever again? You watch them digitally all the time, but at least you have the physical media. I think it is so very important, especially now, right, Stormy? Yeah, I think it's so important now in this time, in this day and age, to physically have your media. Even though it's a lot easier to, turn on the Xbox or turn on the Fire Stick, go to Shudder or go to YouTube and rent it. Same thing with books. Anything nowadays, it could be lost in the cloud, and you don't want that. You don't want that at all. We should have those freedoms. There should never have the chance to be disappeared. So on that note, guys, we are going to head into our credits. I thank you so very much for hanging out with me. I'm glad you guys are enjoying Terror Tuesday. I am really enjoying Terror Tuesday. It's a great time, I think, in the middle of the week to sit and chat horror and discuss different things about horror and go on tangents and just get lost in the genre. I love having the artwork and steelbooks. Me too, Stormy. Me too. I like the collector's items that they also have when it comes to it. And definitely, we do. And you guys in Australia definitely miss out on a hell of a lot. I'm so happy that you were able to stop by, Izzy. It's really good to see you. I do love nerdy chats. Yeah, thank you for being here. I appreciate it. Thank you, guys. Thank you so much for coming in and hanging out with me, chatting with me, listening to my rants and raves about horror movies. Please definitely go out and check out Talk to Me. If you do check out Talk to Me, let me know how it is. You guys can contact me here on stream, or you can go into my Discord, hit me up on Instagram, the Twitter. Really, you can find me everywhere and anywhere. Thank you, Stormy. I'm glad you love the chats. I do. I've missed them because I used to do these quite often when I was content creating full time. We always had a full day of just chatting, but I'm glad I brought them back because I was missing it. Where is Sean? Thank you so much for being here. Stormy, thank you for being here. Thank you for the questions. Thank you for the chit chat. Miss Machiavelli, I love you long time. Thank you for being here. Zombie Box Reviews, Deepak Bryan, Zacho Green, Horoscope. Thank you guys. Sinister, Dahi, Deadwalk, Heavy, Ache, Celtic. Thank you so very much for doing what you guys do and hanging out. I appreciate it. Let me just go through here. Speedy Misha, thank you for the raid. Dahi, thank you for your 44-month resub. Shadow Serpent, thank you for you and your community for coming in and hanging out with us. Thank you for the raid. Zacho Green, thank you for sacrificing the soul of Miss Machiavelli. Eccentric, thank you for being here as well. I love your guts, guys. I always get off topic. I'm a rambling bitch. I do. This is why Coffee Chat of Horrors is always try to do 2.5 hours, ends up 4 fucking hours. I'm a fun host. Thank you, Stormy, very much for that compliment. I appreciate it. Thank you guys so very much for an amazing Terror Tuesday. We will be watching movies this Thursday in the Discord. We are starting off with our Thursday double feature, Evil Dead and then Evil Dead 2. So make sure you're in the Discord. Make sure you have the movie roll. And then we will be live again Friday afternoon at 1:30 p.m. Mountain Time, 3:30 p.m. Eastern with, of course, Texas Chainsaw Massacre. I have some new indie games next week that I'm going to showcase for you guys during an indie showcase. I'm super excited about that. Thank you guys so much for all the love here. Thank you for all the love on all of my social media. Have an amazing night and sweet screams. And I will slash this all later. Bye. Bye.